And speaking of comedians, our next comedian works for, a little bit of trivia here, one of the newest cities in Georgia. She is known around the office for the snorting laugh and heavy sighs that emanate from her cubicle, and a fashion sense that has earned her the nickname Meemaw. She's an active volunteer with the United Methodist Church, a proud foster parent, and of course, the accounting manager for the city of Dunwoody. She was wonderful, hilarious up here last year. She's back with us this year. Please give a warm, warm welcome to Amy King.
Well, we're in mourning at our house. Big fat girl, our oldest chicken, has died. Well, my husband killed her, but she's still dead. I mean, we've been feeding her organic chicken feed for 8 years, and she'd not laid an egg in 3, so really it was the fiscally conservative thing to do. And she had a broken leg that wasn't healing, so maybe don't limp if you walk past my husband. So, Big Fat Girl was a rather robust chicken named by me, a member of a family that should not be trusted with naming animals. We had Red, the red-bone hound dog, Blue, the blue-gray cat, and then we had a cow who liked to eat apples, Apple Eater. And then she had a baby, Apple Eater's baby. We had not planned on naming the chickens on account of we might have to eat one, and it's in bad taste to eat friends, but it happens. So next time, we're gonna go with less endearing names and more appetizing ones, like chicken biscuit, chicken nugget, and I mean, we're Southerners and fried chicken. So after 4 years of being married, my husband and I decided to take the very logical leap from chickens to children, and we decided the easiest way to do that would to become foster parents. Clearly, we have a very loose definition of the word easy. So we did all the paperwork and the training and the home visits, and we said, we want a child in elementary school. And what we got was 2 children in preschool. And if you want an idea of what that's like, imagine you go to a restaurant and you order a dessert, and then the waiter brings you out your dessert and he's brought 2. It is literally nothing like that. So we had the 2 little girls for 7 months, and we learned a lot of things. For example, the first thing I learned is that if you order Papa John's every week for 7 months, 2 things will happen. 1, every time the doorbell rings, the children will yell, "Pizza!" no matter the time of day or night. And 2, if you call every week for 7 months, they will start to recognize your voice. And you will be much more ashamed than you anticipate when they say, "Oh, it's you." The second thing I learned, and it is directly related to the first thing, is that if it does not fit, do not, by any circumstance, force it on. I'm going to stop right now and tell y'all I am very, very modest. For example, I have on a dress under this dress. So I go to one of the local running stores for a sports bra fitting, and I tell the lady my supposed size, and she sends me to the dressing room with a compression bra. And I start to put it on, and it's a little snug, but I persevere as I'm not one to shrink in the face of adversity. But once it was on, it was on. There was nothing I could do. No pushing or pulling or twisting into a pretzel could get me out of it. Houdini himself could not have escaped it. There was no geometry that would allow me to apply the pressure to decompress this thing. And I started to panic that I was just going to be in this sports bra forever. It was now a part of me. When there was a knock at the door. Ma'am, is everything okay in there? No, everything is not okay in here. I am trapped in this sports bra and I need your help. So she walks in completely undaunted, as this is apparently something that happens on a regular basis. But we had a problem. While I trend more toward, how's the weather up there? She was more, oh, it's always cold in Middle Earth. And since we did not have a stepladder handy, we had to improvise. So here I was on my knees in this dressing room trying not to die of embarrassment while this lady took me out of the sports bra, all because the people at Papa John's never said, ma'am, we don't even have to put your address in the GPS anymore. The third thing we learned is that we have impeccable taste in music. The 3-year-old came to us not knowing very many words, but she left knowing every word to Queen's Fat Bottom Girls. I just cannot listen to children's music, as I'm certain every song is just the same song over and over to a different tune. So instead we listen to classic rock and roll, because I'm pretty sure children don't know that Pour Some Sugar on Me is about drugs and not, well, sugar. And I tried to filter out the songs with kind of bad messages, but I guess I failed, because we were riding along one day and I'm flipping through songs, and from the back seat I hear, no, don't go back. We love the clapping song. The clapping song? Na, 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 my angel is a centerfold. The last thing I learned is that grandparents are not parents. They abide by a special set of rules that are not yours. We had 2 rules. Number 1, in bed at 7:30. Number 2, limit sugary foods and beverages. That first weekend they stayed, I called that first night at 9:30 Alabama time, so 10:30 here, and tried to convince myself I couldn't hear the sound of little voices. So, Mama, how did bedtime go? Oh, they're in there with Daddy watching NCIS. Because nothing says children's programming like an autopsy. That Sunday, I picked them up and we're heading home, and little sister is going strong from what I assume is a bowl of pure sugar. But big sister was fading fast, and I had to keep them awake because they had to have baths. And I just happened to have a stack of the Journal of Accountancy on my front seat. So I passed it back to big sister and said, "Here, read this." And for the first time in the history of the Journal of Accountancy, it kept someone awake. The next morning, I hand them their very healthy breakfast of fruit and toast. And little sister looks at me with judgment and disgust. Grandmama gave us ice cream. For breakfast? Yes. Apparently, because it had fruit and eggs and milk in it, Grandmama had decided it was perfectly reasonable to start the day with strawberry cheesecake ice cream. So the little girls went home, and we told the placement agency that we would take 2 children between the ages of 2 and 11, and any day now we're expecting 4 newborns. Thank y'all. you.